third is Mr. Yogesh Pishampur Usir. Okay. Sorry, maybe I wrong. Call your name.
Dr. Yogesh Ushir.
Oh, okay, Yogesh Usir.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Sorry.
No
Okay.
problem.
With the top.
Yes.
With the topic Yogesh, yeah, Mr.
Yes.
Yogesh, with the topic preparation and evaluation of anisomales, yeah, Henesma Penchang Kasbara.
Yes, yes, no
I'm
problem.
sorry.
No problem.
Okay.
So, shall I
Okay,
start? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, very good
Okay.
afternoon to all of the presenters and the jury member and the moderator Lolita Sari ma'am. The preparation and evaluation of Anisomylus henia Panchanga Kshar is the title of my presentation. I am Dr. Ushir from the SMBT Institute of Diploma Pharmacy. So the Kshar, it's a Ayurvedic formulation and it is Ayurveda. Everybody aware that it is in ancient literature of Hindu. The god of Ayurveda is called as Lord Dhanvantari, and during the Samudra Manthan, the 13 Ratnas are appear, and from that 13 Ratnas, the Ayurveda it's one of the our very, we say that, respectable and traditional literature. The Ayurveda, everybody aware about the Ayurveda, it is the science of life and it's based upon the three principles, Panchatattva, Tridosh and Saptadhatu. I am not going to spend much more time on this slide. The case study I have undertaken from the Ayurvedic formulation, this slide indicate all the Ayurvedic formulations, Asava, Arishta, Bhasma, Pisti, Dravya, Ghrita and the Kshara. So these are the various Ayurvedic formulations. The main difference, whatever the international community made between the Ayurvedic formulation and the herbal formulation is that Ayurvedic formulations are prepared from the ancient methodologies and the techniques given into the ancient literature, and herbal formulations are the formulations which are prepared by using the modern methodologies and the techniques. So case study undertaken from the Ayurvedic formulation is the Kshar formulation. So Kshar formulation, it is nothing but else, it is a derivative of the plant drug acids in the form of solution or crystal, all which have basic quality being alkaline. They are alkaline in nature and prepared from the ash of the crude drugs or the medicinal plant. So Anisomylus henia, the Panchanga I have taken. Panchanga, it's a Indian term, Indian word, that means 5 parts. 5 parts they are called as Panchanga, and which 5 parts I have taken from the Anisomylus henia. One is the leaf, another is the flower, stem base and the bark. So Anisomylus henia, it belongs to the Lamiaceae family. The focus area over here as a collection, authentication, processing, physical constants, preparation of Kshar formulation, evaluation of the Kshar formulation and the possible uses of the Kshar formulation. Material method, collections of the Anisomylus henia from the Waghare Valley, from near to the my place. These have latitude, longitude also I have mentioned in the collection. Authentication did by the profession DM Kokate sir. Then processing, aerial parts or the Panchanga parts of the Anisomylus henia are very clean very well, remove its dirt and dried, and from the sieve number 44 it is pulverized. The chemical and instruments are used are muffle furnace for incineration as preparation. Flame photometry also used. Solvents and reagents from the authentic source have been collected. So here is the method of the preparation of the Kshar. So how the Kshar is prepared? Kshar formulation purely prepared from the as per the procedure given into the Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia of India. the dried panchanga of Anisomylus henia, that is burned into the ash, and that ash is also called as in Ayurveda as a bhasma. Add 4 parts of water to the bhasma, stir well and keep overnight. In the next morning, decant the clear liquid, filter through the 3-layer muslin cloth, repeat the filtration process till the colorless filtrate is appear, and transfer the filtrate material to the stainless steel vessel and heat to evaporate the water. Collect the Shara deposited as a flakes from the bottom of the vessel and grind it into the fine powder. Pack the tightly closed container. The reason behind that, it is a hygroscopic nature and it absorbs the water. In next slide you can find that how the Shar is prepared into the figures in the diagram. Okay, so this one is the picture presentation of the preparation of the Shara, and in the last figure you find that the Shara is get prepared. Okay, and Shara is get prepared, and that is also put for taken for the forward for the evaluation. Here is I just show you the how the Shara is in my hand also. This one is the Shar formulation. Okay, so that Shar formulation evaluated for the further process. Whatever the observation we have made during the Shar formulation, weight of the Anisomylus henia 840 in the fresh form. It is dried. After drying, it gives the 142 gram, and from that drying, the loss of drying 83% is observed during the study. Weight of the ash which is obtained from 142 gram is 9.96 gram. That means the ash value for the your Anisomylus is 6.99%. Weight of Anisomylus henia Panchang Shara obtained is only 1.33%. You can find out here only 19% of the Panchang Shara is obtained from the ash, whatever we derived or whatever we prepared from the fresh Anisomylus henia Panchanga. Here is the image of the Anisomylus henia Panchang Shara. After the drying, after the we say that preparation, here is the image you find. Then morphology is studied. It is I already stated that it is a hygroscopic in nature. Odor is faint. Obviously it is a alkaline nature. That means it is a taste give the saline, and having the pH 9.4 for the 10% solution. Quality control of Shara as per the ancient literature, as per the whatever the Ayurvedic literature is available, the Nisa Chandrika, its first image show you the absence of metallic luster into the 2 finger tip. You have to rub the Shara and it indicate if the metallic luster is there. Okay, that is not a good quality of Shar. You can reject that batch of the Shara. Rekha Purnam, whatever the Rekha is available, that is a finger lines are available into the our fingers. Okay, that also taken as evaluation parameter as per the ancient literature. I admire that ancient literature standardization not accepted worldwide. That's why we also evaluated a Shar formulation, Ayurvedic formulation as per the modern techniques. So quality control of Anisomylus henia is carried out. It shows the presence of the various elements like calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, phosphate and the carbonate, and all that inorganic elements gives the alkaline property. The precautions are taken during the use of the Anisomylus henia Shar. Do not use this medicine as a self-medication. Whatever the Ayurvedic physicians are there, as per the guidance of the Ayurvedic physician, one may be use this Anisomylus henia Shar. Then this medicine is best avoided in the pregnant ladies and the infant, since it has a Shara as an ingredient. This might affect the quality and quantity of the sperm on the long term use in the male patients. Keep out reach of the sight of children. Store in the dry place as a hygroscopic in nature. The dose for Anisomylus Shar 250 mg to 1 gram in individual after the food as directed by the Ayurvedic doctor. In the Vat imbalance, we can use Anisomylus henia Shar. In Pitta imbalance, we can use in the burning sensation given with the ghee. In the Kapha imbalance, also we can use with the cow urine. Then conclusion, Shara is an alkaline Ayurvedic medicine. It is prepared from the Panchang Anisomylus henia. It is also used in the abdominal distension, then gurgling sound, constipation, hyponatremia, hypokalemia conditions. It helps to in the easy urination. As it is alkaline in nature, it balances the principle of the Ayurveda, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, Dosha. Hence, it can be concluded that at last, Shar formulation of Anisomylus henia Panchang have their own importance in the modern medicine, also not into the your Ayurvedic formula or Ayurvedic literature or in the ancient period. These are the various references from I pick up all the data and the references I refer during my research work. Here is my place where I working, as I am thankful to the managing trustee of my organization. I also thankful to the Malahati University and all the organizers of this conference for providing me the opportunity. Thank you very much. If anybody have any doubt, please ask. The session is open for the question answer from my side, and the moderator dictate the things. I welcome that questions also.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Yogesh, for your presentation. Okay, next, the fourth is Maya Dwi Gustina.